I bought my first home earlier in the year as a 24-year-old from New Zealand. Here's the breakdown of how I was able to do it and also why I did it as well. So because I was looking at buying my first home in New Zealand, I was eligible to purchase it with less than the 20% deposit. I found a 2-bedroom unit in this area of Auckland that I was pretty keen on in January 2025, and I secured the property at $327,000. The reason why I bought this property for $327,000 was because the comparable sales and bank valuations were pretty generous for a property like this. At the time, I think the bank valuation for this property was $450,000, and I wanted to make sure that any property that I was purchasing would have a pretty decent spread between the purchase price and the bank valuation. Another thing that was important to me is that if I were to rent the property out in the future, the weekly rental income would be paying for my mortgage, rates, insurance, etc. And I was able to buy this property with a 5% deposit because it didn't need that much work. Generally speaking, if a property needs more than $10,000 worth of renovation work, it's very difficult to get a deposit with less than 10% because the risk to the lender increases. Say, for example, if I bought this property for 327 and I had a 5% deposit and my lending was 310,000 and it needed $15,000 worth of work, it would mean that my lending is equivalent to what purchase price I'm buying for. So in the event that I default and say, like, I don't actually want to make the mortgage repayments, it puts the lender in a really tricky position. So luckily, this probably didn't need much work, which was ideal for me, and it meant that I could purchase it with a 5% deposit. If you're looking at buying your first home in New Zealand, it's something I'm an expert at now. Feel free to reach out to me anytime and we can run through your options.